Greetings, fellow Pathfinders, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Pacific Drive. Episode 9, Return to Sierram. So the current priority is head back to Sierram. So let's scan. So if I scan here, what will happen is E5 will also tell me information because it's part of the path. So this is perpetual stability with a lot of buildings. It's Sierram, so I know I had a lot of buildings. This has an unrecognized anomaly, but it also has happy hairs. As you can see, that red there, meaning it has repair bunnies. I do have 2 extra scan charges, so I'm going to drop one here, just for funsies. So this here is a highway junction. And I will put another scan here. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. But we're going to go E4 to E1. I haven't checked in on my dumpster. What you got for me? Trash. Absolute trash. Can't always be winners. I'm not going to need the anchor radar because there's no obfuscated radars on this trip, right? Because we already established that. So I'd rather just have the free roam. Neither of these have obfuscated anchors. Spare tire, bunch of repair stuff, liberator, and yeah, we're good to go. Oops. So go back to Sierram. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to stabilize gates at Sierram so I can go past there. Are they good quirks in the game? Yeah. Well, I don't know if they're good, but they might be useful. Like, for instance, driver door closes, all other doors close. Like, that would be a useful one. So if you forget to close the door, the quirk closes the doors for you. Pretty nice, I think. So, conditions here is spark surge. So the spark towers are overpowered, meaning ouchie electricals. In terms of route map, there is an unrecognized anomaly here that I should keep an eye out for. Good thing I got the insulated sweater. Yeah. I also have like a med kit that I carry around with me at all times. That's useful. And it stacks up to 3, so I can heal myself 150 damage. You can see why I don't typically stop in these shacks. They just don't have very much. Quite the storm. If you guys spot Arda investigators that I overlook, holler at me. I don't mind going out of my way for them. That's a fuel. That's not an investigator though. Oh, it's a happy bunny. Happy hair. Damn, that thing scared me. Came out of nowhere. Alright, This headlight needs some love. So go love that headlight. Thank you. I don't believe it's exactly positional, but it can't hurt to stick it where I want it. So what other known threats are there? There are honeypots and left-rights. So I don't have to look out for wriggling wrecks, which can be really annoying. But then there is something else that is unidentified to me. Oh, there's a box truck. Ah, flame decal. Swank. And a horse girl sticker. Blue paint, brown paint, and a crude panel. I can probably do without the crude panel. Now my car can go really fast with the sticker. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously, flames on a car means it goes faster. That's just law of the road. I think that headlight's pretty good. Oh, almost. But some of the rear panel, this steel panel and the back door, they're a little bit more damaged, so I'll put the hair back there. Plus, it's just easier to drive. I'm probably gonna... No, I'll go into these shacks. I don't want to just assume that all the shacks are going to be bad. Plus, this is a big barn. And it's condemned and locked up, so I can't even get inside. As is this one. These style doors are impassable. Okay, off-road time to the acre. Wind can blow your car around and damage stuff. Not this kind of wind, but there are hurricane squalls in the game that will absolutely wreck your car. Let's just say on the scale, on the anomaly scale of like 1 to 5, the anomalies that I've run into so far are like 1s and 2s, without spoiling too much. And there are some 5s out there that are pretty deadly. But for balancing reasons, you don't typically find them early game, because you would die. So keep your eye out for ARDA investigator trucks, but also any anomalies that you think are novel that I have not scanned yet. There's an anomaly type around here somewhere that I have not found. Without knowing what it is, it's hard to know what to look for. Was there, yeah, it's a honeypot. I think. Let's go into the honeypot. Was that right? Nope. False positive. Hey, JD. Thanks for the gifted subs. I hope you're intrigued by the game. So a lot of the, actually there's a pretty decent amount of trunks around here. Let me just scoop up some trunks. A lot of the sort of like backstory filler type stuff, you can find information on from the pneumatic tubes and other interactables like that. The zone receivers are obviously pretty unique and easily identifiable, but the pneumatic tubes, and there's other devices like this as well that will have story. Oh, camo, nice. We're getting some pretty cool decals. Flames and camo. Brown paint to go with the camo, presumably. Uh-oh. I think the zone is, destabilizing. And my pry bar broke. That's okay, I'll make a new one. No, maybe it was, maybe I'm wrong about the noise. Oh, you know what? It could have been a storm noise. I'll see on the map in a second. Well, I don't actually see anything of threat on the map right now. Just spooky noises. There are, well, I'll wait to... Never mind. Cheers! Man, this happy hair is, doing me a wonder. We're in tip-top shape. Oh, here we go. This is the anomaly. A beating heart. Journal fragment, date unknown. It's been at least 2 months now, and I'm the last member of our team left out here, totally lost. I have no idea what day it is, where I am, where I should be headed, even which way might be north. The roads themselves seem to be changing, and those barriers that the government installed open and close with a mind of their own. I don't know if I'm ever going to get out. I've only been able to keep going thanks to magical piles of semi-organic junk that somehow knit the van back together after whatever thing smashed it apart last time around. So the TLDR is these beating hearts fix up your car when you're near them. So they're kind of like the happy hairs. They're stationary repair points where you drive near them and they'll fix you up. So that was the anomaly that we hadn't identified. Beating heart. Beating heart's really nice. Personally, I still like happy hairs more because you can bring them around with you, but beating heart's pretty sweet. No doubt about that. Right, bud? Alright, I see the anchor red head, so once I scoop the anchor, we're gonna skedaddle out of this zone to the next one. Yeah, the beating hearts are really nice. One thing I will mention is parts of your car can only go through so many damage and repair cycles until they become worn out and worthless, more or less. So it's way cheaper to avoid being damaged in the first place than to constantly have to repair the damage, because once something gets beat up a lot, it loses its ability to protect you, and you'll need to manufacture a new one. So happy hairs and beating hearts are awesome, but and there's other ways to get but you know, but it's better just not to get smashed up in the first place. Oh, speaking of smashed up, I'm gonna heal. There we go. I just wished you could take one of those happy hairs and stuff them in your trunk. Technically, I could dismantle the hair with a scrapper tool. I would just feel bad doing it. I know, sentimental me. Which zone am I in? I am in Sierram. Stabilizing Sierram. You can see that kind of above my head up there. All right.
There's a whole lot standing between where we are and the deep zone. Like another wall, and the entire mid-zone, for starters. It's not as simple as driving there. We can't control the instability any more than we can control the weather. At the height of LIM R&D, thousands of us lived and worked here in the zone. So we built LIM stabilizers to make certain sectors and roads a little more predictable than others. It was the only way we could operate as a live research compound despite the instability. And yes, the same technology that destabilized the landscape in the first place. LIM technology was always a double-edged sword from the beginning. We're going to put those stabilizers to
but thank you for the resub.
Path. The old observation towers surrounding Sierram ought to have a map of the stabilizers in that sector. Mind swinging by and finding one?
Alright, so the goal here is to stabilize this sector by going to stabilizer stations, but I am going to do my own thing first by getting the anchors in this zone. Easier said than done, given the weather conditions. What loot can I find here in Sierram? Mostly houses, but it does have ARDA investigators. It also has a gas station somewhere. If we need it. I probably won't. Our gas is looking pretty good. This is a trailer park of ARDA buildings, but I'm going to skip it. Oh, another thing that's rather hilarious that I figured to mention is you can hurt yourself by slamming the hood on your head. You can even damage your trunk door that way, too. So I have 99% health because I slammed that on my head. Hey, it's a squire. I'll stop for squires. That panel's pretty screwed up. This door is okay. I'll take the door. So this panel I'll just shred. I'll scrap. Because I don't... The Liberator tool does damage when it liberates. So if there's not a lot of HP left on the part, it might not even be all that usable when you pull it. But thank you for the door. And I can stick the door in our matter repair back at base, getting that door up to 100% for free if I wanted. Or I could repair it manually and use it sooner. Either one works. So then off to my right is another sort of trailer park of Arda trailers. So if I was really in need of repair putty, that would be a decent way to get repair putty. I did mention needing rubber, though. These summer tires aren't as good as off-road tires for scrapping, but it's a little bit of rubber. Can you get the rack off the Arctic cars? No. The only things you can get are doors, panels, and tires. I see the anchor. I hit it. Ooh, I hit a lot more than it. Ooh, a crowbar shifter. Cool. And a new crackpot theory for the books. Now, you piss off. Don't touch me. Sometimes they'll actually grab you, which is a little inconvenient when you don't want to be... Oh, hello. When you don't want to be grabbed and dragged around like ragdoll. I'm really glad that that abductor didn't just drag me through these tourists, though. Because it coulda, and that would have sucked. Roads? Who needs roads? More fences.
Have you ever found yourself looking through a mirror that was made of glass? All of those entangled thoughts.
So I don't know if it is a bug or not, or if it's intended. But what I will say about these random shipping containers off in the middle of nowhere is often they don't really have anything in them. Yeah, backpack completely empty. Backpack completely empty. So if you see me passing them up and you're like, hey, why isn't he looting those? It's because they're kind of just don't have, they're not worth stopping at. Majority of the time. They're, I don't, again, I'm not sure if it's a bug or not, but. Does the radio use power? It does. Pretty inconsequential amount. But technically it still uses. Oh, there's an art investigator right over there. Sweet. I'm too short. There we go. Oh! So this is a peculiar part. Ooh, shiny. Looks like the zone has smiled upon you today. This part will last you only as long as it holds together, meaning it cannot be repaired. It's just like they say, if you love it, take it out for a ride, then let it go. So this is an armor panel that is not repairable. And this one in particular has ridiculously high electrical defense, and it's also like shark patterned. Cool. So these are generally, I don't incorporate them into my car, and the reason for that is they're not repairable. So when they break out in the field, you can't do, you would need a replacement part, which kind of sucks. But they're neat to have as a one-shot use. Does not look... Oh, no, there's some tires on this. Summer tire. Yeah, I don't care about summer tires. Oh! What's shaking? Man. Okay. Almost shook right into those tourists. And it's getting very irradiated around here. Oh my god, let me out. Okay, that's one way to do it. That hurt the car a bit. Can you get a full set of them with that decal style? Yeah, all the decals, like that shark decal, I can find as a decal kit. So that decal exists if I, if I happen upon one. Eating some canned food to heal, because that area was very irradiated. And now we're heading up to one of the stabilizer stations, which is part of the main quest line. Oh, gas station. Yeah, I'll stop, because it has a Squire parked there. Pretty tooled up Squire, but maybe it has a part that I can steal. Gas stations and Arta fuel trucks are definitely a lot more efficient to refuel at than siphoning. Siphoning can take a while. Wow. Oh, that armor panel is actually pretty intact. So let's steal it. Or, well, liberate it. It's not really stealing, because I don't think the owner's alive. Is that stealing? Grave robbing? But it's not a grave, so I don't know what it is. It's also worth mentioning, the game will allow you to multi-click there. And if you do it, you will shoot the... You will shoot the car full of multiple Liberator charges, over damaging the car needlessly. And, or rather over damaging the part needlessly. So, just figured it's worth noting. So, Liberator's going to be on the left here. Camo on the right. Inventory is pretty full, so I'm not going to stop at these little shacks. We'll just... Unless I find another squire. Or something nice. I don't know if my car has the power to make it up this, though. I will mention, you can drive in reverse better than you can drive in forward. So if you're trying to go up a steep hill and you almost can make it, but you can't quite, you can turn around and reverse course. Just don't know why. Just can. Because wagon. Let's just leave it at that.
The towers are locked up tight, but you can tighten up security protocols all day, only for one disgruntled employee to program in his name for fun and mess it all up. Anyway, the overload code is 4735. Find that stabilizer map and scan it for me.
Oh boy. Those are signs to clean these towers out every time the guards rotated. And things I saw. Let's just say that keeping watch on Sierram day in and day out did not make for a good time. I didn't envy those guards one bit.
A transmuter, if we want to turn gears into road flares. As I mentioned before, I find that a lot of transmuters are less than useful. I have a bajillion road flares and not enough gears. So here's the stabilizer map that she wanted me to scan.
I got it. I'm overlaying the map with the available routes near you. There you go. Found 3 sector stabilizers that'll do the job. They're not too far, so I've added the location to your route. The access road will lead you straight there once you're ready.
Okay. So let's take the access road and stabilize further ahead. Screwed up the panel a little bit. And I meant to do that. Again, a little warning. Make sure where you're teleporting is really, really flat. Because if you clip into the terrain, you're going to have a bad time. And teleporting there just took a whole bunch of power out of my batteries. So I'm going to make a quick pit stop to recharge my battery a little bit with a battery jumper. Pop open the hood and thunk. It consumes one of the battery jumpers, but it adds power. I'm also going to take putty and repair some of the parts that are the most damaged. Anyone did an Iron Man in this game? I mean, I haven't died. Actually, my playtest of this, learning how to play the game, I Iron Man beat the entire game. And then in order to get all the achievements, I actually had to, once I finished the game, had to like do a continue and kill myself. Because one of the achievements requires you to die. So yes, I have Iron Man'd it. Of course, I don't have video evidence of that, but you're welcome to not believe me, I suppose. I don't care. So we're looking for squires, ARDA investigators. That's about it. That's all I'd really stop for. It's gonna be easier if I maybe meet up with a road. Oh, that looks like a squire. Maybe. Yeah, it's a squire. It's like a well-guarded squire. A bunch of bollards just popped up. Oh, it's a squire with no trunk. Wow, the hood is in really good condition. Don't mind if I do. So, the door is there, the panel is there. Oh, it didn't connect. There it goes. And I can get both by splitting the difference. Oh, okay, they're pissed. So I have a really nice... You know what I'm gonna do? I don't really have space to store this anywhere. There. I'll put it up front, because most of my impact damage is in front. So having a front panel that's a little tougher is going to be better. I want my decals back. The other thing that popped off was a door. Yeah, I'll seal it. I'll seal it and steal it. So same deal. My driver's side door is armored, but this one isn't. So now we have armored hood. Armored panel, armored hood, armored door, armored door. And I'll putty this up a little bit. Not a bad find. We have another armor panel, armored door. You know what? Maybe to save space, I will stick this armor panel in. All right, I'll stick the peculiar one in. So this panel here has like extraordinarily high shock resist. So if you take a look at the left here, see this front left panel has 45 electrical. That's because it's unique compared to the front right, which is also an armored panel, which does not have that electrical. And then as a result of having a bunch of impact armor around, the hood actually inherits a ton. So the hood alone doesn't have a ton of armor by itself, but because there's adjacency bonuses, this hood now has like crazy high impact. resistance because it's surrounded by armored parts. Just to conserve materials, I'll put that back in. There is, if you're wondering, an achievement called Car of Theseus, which is obvious reference to Ship of Theseus, when you replace all the parts of a car, or ship in that case, with non-original parts. It becomes the joke is it really the same vehicle at that point when you've replaced everything. Oh jeez, oh jeez. Let's not drive into them. This, please. Kibakoi, thank you for the bits. I wouldn't mind topping up my fuel. Oh, there's no friendly dump. Oh yeah, that's a friendly dumpster. Usually at the gas stations, there's friendly dumpsters. And... Ooh, I got a free sealing kit. Yeah, sometimes they're really generous. Because I just used a sealing kit on one of those doors that the Liberator shattered the windshield, so it's nice to be able to put it back. Group Satoris gives you OG Bioshock vibes. Yeah, it's pretty neat. There's like a lot of different pieces of games that I sort of recognize or think about. Like, to me, this game is probably most similar to like Subnautica, maybe, in that you're heavily reliant upon vehicles for story progress and exploration. But with all of the anomalies, it often feels to me like Stalker or Death Stranding. I get Death Stranding vibes because there's a lot of travel, and travel is dangerous and full of sort of sci-fi anomaly type stuff. We're headed to the next zone to stabilize it. I know you can check friendly dumpsters multiple times. It's just after the first time, you don't typically get stuff worth a damn. So I push on. I'm not a loot goblin. It's also boring for people to watch loot goblining for hours on end. So the way I might play non-streaming is going to be different than the way I play streaming. The way I play streaming, I consider you guys more than my own personal preferences. Thank you for tuning in to Pacific Drive, which streamed as a marathon one time only March 16th and March 17th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below, but please keep in mind that both No feedback can be incorporated because this was streamed as a marathon one time only. And also I ask for no spoilers so people reading the comments don't have the game spoiled for them. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com or the description of this video have a link to it. Thank you so very much for watching. A special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, viewers that turned out for this marathon, and viewers like you as well that made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow breachers.